Hi viewers, today we're looking at the Excel VBA DateDiff days as date difference in days count between a start date and an end date. So first of all, what you have to do is click on Alt and then F12, Alt and F11, and that opens up the VBA editor. And then click on Insert Module. And then first of all, we're gonna start the function by start the VBA code by entering sub and then the VBA name. So we're going to call this date underscore diff days. And then I'm going to declare the start dates and end dates first of all. So first of all, I'm going to enter dim start date as a date, and then dim end date as a date as well. And then I'm going to say start date equals input box, because I'm going to use an input box for the start date and an input box for the end date. And then you have to separate them by entering unique prompts for each for the start date and also for the end date. So please enter start date embedded in quotes or enclosed in quotes, and then the same for the end date as well. So end date equals input box. Please enter end date. Then we're going to put this all into a message box. So to do that, you need to enter MSG box. Then open a bracket. And then first of all, you're going to say the prompt, the number of days are on space, so that's the message that will be displayed before the value. Actually, let's change that. Let's not use a prompt. Let's say I'm going to use a formula in here. So DateDiff, open bracket, and then we want to see the difference in days. I believe that's 1D, then comma, date 1 equals start date, and then date 2 equals end date. And then a comma. First day of the week we want to calculate from a Sunday. First day of the year we want to calculate from 1st of Jan. And then close bracket and close bracket again. Now let's try that. I'm not sure whether it's days is calculated by D or 2Ds. Let's try and see what happens. So I'm going to enter the start date as 01/01/1999. And enter the end date as 01/01/2013. Click on OK. And the difference in days between those two dates is 5,114 days between the two dates. So that's basically how you create a DateDiff formula for calculating the difference in the number of days between two dates. And you can also assign this to a macro by a button, rather by going to the developer tab, which you can add through the file options menu, and clicking on insert button, dragging it onto the screen, letting go, selecting the code you want to add, so DateDiff days, clicking on OK, right clicking and editing text, and then something like run date, click away from it, and now click on the button, enter the same date or any other date you want, 01/01 1999, and 01/01 2013, click on OK, and it gives you 5,114 days. If you want to go back to the code you created, you can go to the view button, click on macro drop down, click on view macros, click on the macro you want, in my case DateDiff days, click on edit, it takes you back to the VBA editor. And that's it for this lesson.